illegal immigrants. Something is wrong with black people. You got all these black faces in high places and you get nothing.
Once they done using you to lead us to slaughter, they're going to put you in the grinder next. That's how it always happens.
It's something wrong here. It's something evil here. It's something corrupt here. What is it, Mr. Blakemore? All of these people here are Democrats.
City council meetings in Cook County have been very interesting. From the ones against Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois, to Chicago, Main City, I have been thoroughly entertained. And for good reason. Because the migrant crisis is pissing off African Americans. And that is what I focus on this channel. Chicago is historically one of the most racist and segregated cities in all of America. And unfortunately, nothing has changed for our group. 1 out of 4 people in the city of Chicago that are African American will experience homelessness in their lifetime. So these remarks that are gonna go down against Mayor Brandon Johnson in this meeting are epic. And in many ways, it's even better than the last thing I covered. Let's first check out what happened. Introducing in this corner, Mr. Michael Bay.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning. I'm more so in celebration mode. See, I came down here for homelessness, and try to get housing, rental assistance, etc. And it seems like y'all playing a political game with my family, and I'm a straight shooter. So you just got, I can withstand the truth. So I can understand somebody say, no, we ain't giving y'all nothing. I can respect that. Just tell me just like that. I ain't helping you get nothing. But y'all giving these migrants something. They keep on coming down here to people, pressing, hey, this what's going on in our neighborhoods. This what's going on in our neighborhoods. And then the news don't even show what need to be shown. That's right, fake news. That's why you got more real news right here. You see, because I've been doing investigations, because when them migrants first came to the 49th Ward, I gave them clothes. I gave them coats. You see, so I know what's going on. And I kept saying that for the longest. Well, I know you people don't know what's going on to the extent with this migrant and this immigration stuff. Because if y'all so much saying that Texas doing this and Texas doing that, why everybody college parked outside them shelters that's employees, their license plates have Texas on there? Give me that job, man. I do security. Why you giving this to somebody from Texas? You see, that's what's going on. Don't help me come out here. I told y'all, I had to let go last time because it's stuff involving my child. So me as a father, and I know that these places are against fathers. They're against husbands. I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing up for men. I'm standing up for these homeless shelters that y'all got our people in that got mold, that got rats, that got roaches, bed bugs, etc. And y'all putting them in nice hotels. What's going on with that? How's our people? Y'all that bring Chicago home needed to fail. And I put for it to fail. Because if you want to bring the citizens of Chicago home, them people that's already in shelters, especially our veterans, they died for us. They died for us, especially our veterans. Put them in CHA property. House them. You ain't got to spend no dime as much as the millions and billions that been spent for these immigrants here, these migrants here, these asylum seekers here, which ultimately are illegal here. And there's people here that been going on the radar. They can't get a green card or work permit, and they've been here 20, 30 years. Seniors panhandling on the street because they can't get nothing. I'm for the people.
As you've heard from Mr. Michael Bay, man, and it went down. The brother is saying, listen, he said he helped the migrants when they first got here, giving them coats. And this was the experience of many African Americans. They were actually doing humanitarian efforts, and many still are. Until they found out that migrant workers came all the way from Texas to Chicago and wasn't even giving the people of Chicago an opportunity to make any money. What else did he talk about? We have black veterans, all right, that are homeless. That's why Brandon Johnson went over to the VA, shaking hands and stuff with homeless veterans at the same time while this guy is funding the migrants. And Mr. Bay was speaking with a lot of passion. But the next person that we have coming up is a lady by the name of Miss Lawrence.
What does it prosper a man, or profits a man, to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you. We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not, because we've talked about this since last year, when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city. Now, I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that? Because you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. That's where we're going with that. Home Illinois 2021, that's when it came out, and Bring Chicago Home. Robbery. They both are for homeless causes that you all claimed they're for. You and Prisker need to sync up, because both of you all are trying to pull the same number, which you claim is homeless. And I think you might recall that I said, I'm out here helping the homeless. I got a recording from a homeless that also said, y'all just don't care. You just don't care. There, hearing it straight from the homeless. Now, WOTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit, 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Prisker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out. Now, how about that for news that's not being broadcast? See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us, because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up. So it needs to stop. Get your police out there and stop them breaking these laws. I got a lot more to say, but since my time is up, I think I picked on the most important, essential matter. Get it cleaned up.
You heard what she had to say, right? Man, I was taken aback. She says so many interesting things. I don't know what to add, but I do want to focus on what she discovered. Pritzker is the governor of Illinois. Now, I don't know if he comes from a rich family. I believe that he does. It's a legendary name in Illinois. There is even, like, I believe, a certain school or a graduate school or maybe a medical school named after the family name. So they're pretty big in Illinois. What did she discover? That he has a company that is hiring migrants and doing what? Replacing Americans. This is no different than Tyson Foods, okay? And Pritzker, remember, he's the same person that wants to give migrant women $1,000 a month, and black women are pissed off about that. I covered that story here. But we're gonna go to another person, Mr. George Blakemore, I believe his name is, the alderman of the people. Let's hear what he has to say.
Illegal immigrants. Something is wrong with black people. You got all these black faces in high places and you get nothing. Who will let knock on my door? I don't know you. Where you come from? Who's your mama, your daddy? Are you a criminal? Are you a pedophile? You're not getting in. You're not, your ass not getting in. Excuse me. I don't know nothing about you. The young lady say, a background check. Who are these people? Where did these people come from? Why would you bring them here? And why would you push them on the black community, the most poorest of all? We are in a caste system here. And at the bottom of this caste system, black people. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about right here. And you got the audacity, you black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant. Why would you do this? Sell out. And your mama. House in. Yes, I said it. Because that's the way you act. It's something wrong here. It's something evil here. It's something corrupt here. What is it, Mr. Blakemore? All of these people here are Democrats. All of them are Democrats. Well, over in China, they got a one-party system. In Chicago, they do too. Yes, the most corrupt city in the United States. The most racist city in the United States. Who said that? Dr. King? Dr. King, what is your criteria for corruption? Burt and all of them get indicted, stealing, and just terrible here. And these young people are coming here, and they're looking at me, and they're looking at you. Now, you all make your opinion. It's something evil here, something corrupt here, something un-American here. You gonna bring in the illegals? When they wade across the Rio Grande, they're not wading across to help black people. But they are selfish people, and we black people gotta be selfish. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And that preacher talking about loving everybody. Black people love you.
Now, Mr. Blakemore has been in the city of Chicago doing these meetings for over 40 years. He always comes in fatigues, and people love him. He's a legend in the city. But he talked about one-party rule. He says China has one-party rule, and the city of Chicago has one too, the Democratic Party. And he started calling out all the black sellouts who are allowing this to happen. Mr. Blakemore started talking about the evils of Chicago, how it's still the most segregated and racist city in America. And these people are seriously fed up. You can hear the emotions as they're talking in the crowd. These people are pissed off. The next person is Miss Natasha. Let's check it out.
Okay, I do have a heart, but what I do not appreciate is your issue with us and our need for self-preservation. Okay, this country has not made it made clean with us as African Americans here. We should not give them a pass on what happens with us here. Okay, you appointed a deputy mayor of immigration because we have a refugee immigrant crisis. You've been having a crisis in the city. Where's our deputy mayor? A bunch of boulets sitting here, okay? A bunch of boulets sitting here. And Vasquez, you are an alderman. When have you stood with your people out there protesting? I saw you 2 Saturdays ago at Pritzker Park at 4:30 p.m. Why you find the strength to protest with them? Even after you give these people work permits, okay, you need to be honest with them. It is highly expensive to live here in Chicago. There will be an additional burden on the welfare system. We don't need that. How many schools did you all close? You got over 5,000 of their children in the schools. You didn't build any new schools. But you want us to focus on giving these teachers extra money. This is you guys' future. Okay? I don't see how, and I hate to play the race card, but the government has given us no other choice but to play the race card. And stop asking these people for anything. You're supposed to be demanding. Okay? But you know what? Once they done using you to lead us to slaughter, they're going to put you in the grinder next. That's how it always happens. And don't play on our emotions with Harold Washington, okay? Because he did do a great thing. But what you did in March 23, that was a slap in the face to all Americans, not just black Americans, okay? The reason why I bring us up is because we are in a national crisis, okay? But when anything is of scarcity, they take from us first. That's why we are in here so loud, screaming in your ear every week about our issues. Most of our time has already come, but we have to fight for our kids. Because they're the ones you're going to have to worry about in a minute.
Now, by far, this is my favorite one, all right? This is my favorite one. She came on bringing some true facts, right? The thing that I love that she talked about is self-preservation. And she was like, listen, you know, we are sympathetic and empathetic to other groups of people. What about us? We not going to sit here and ask Brandon Johnson for anything. We're going to demand it. And at the end, she pointed out to the fact, listen, bruh, once they get through using your ass up too, you're going to be out of here and washed up. The same thing that happened with Lori Lightfoot. Your political career is going to be over. And that's pretty much what's happening. Brandon Johnson is a progressive. So like the Democrats have some like normal style Democrats, if you will, who are somewhat conservative. In comparison to Brandon Johnson, he's a progressive. He's just completely immigration, liberal, all that. Eric Adams is progressive too, in my honest opinion, right? So in the Democrats, you have even those people fighting on beliefs and thought processes. And what he don't know is once they get through using his ass too, he's going back as a one-term mayor and his political career is going to be over too. That's why his chief of staff quit, which I'm going to cover later. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again here on the King Gonda YouTube channel. I appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.